Hey, this is Romeo. Due to the overwhelming response from no women anywhere, I have decided to take it on myself to help you ladies out with your man problems. Namely, keeping one, since you women don't seem to understand what it is that a man wants. So, to help you out with your man problems, I put together a little something I like to call Romeo's Top 10 or so dating tips for women. Pot ducks. That's Francais. That's a fancy word for French. Number 1. Showbiz. A while back, I was reading up on history, and I read all about the women's Liberace movement, where they's all marching around holding signs and stuff, and singing songs and chanting and eating pizza and bathing suits, which is weird, and generally being annoying. And then they had this sparkly guy in a suit, serenading them on a piano and, rooting them for their cause. That's what we call showmanship, So what you dames gotta do is be all classy, dress it up a little. Get yourself something to make you noticeable, And don't go nowhere without your makeup, see? Because that is the wrong kind of noticeable. Like, you want to impress a guy with how hot you look, right? Not make him think you're an extra in The Walking Dead. Number 2. All you's gotta be is perfect. I hear a lot of belly aching about men always wanting a Barbie doll or whatever. And let me tell you this, ladies. If he can't handle you at your worst, well, who can blame him, right? I mean, that crap is bananas. I mean, what person in their right mind is going to put up with that? So get this idea that you can just show up with one stocking or like no hair or whatever, and the men's just supposed to look at you and say you look good anyway or whatever. Get that idea out your heads, because that ain't so. And for you women saying that all the men are only interested in young women, let me clear that right up. All you's gotta be is between the ages of 23, and also you gotta look good. So you can't have like 2 noses or werewolf eyebrows or whatever. Number 3. Don't be. I'm gonna make this amazingly easy for the broads who don't get things easy. There's really only 2 magic words you just gotta remember when you're trying to date a man. Don't be. And this applies to everything. This is how it goes. You just take those 2 words, put them in front of whatever sentence you was trying to make, and then finish it with whatever it is you was thinking about saying. For example, don't be fat. Simple, right? See how easy that is? Don't be fat, but don't be too thin either. Don't be too tall, but don't be too short. Don't be too quiet, but don't be too loud. And don't be too hungry, but don't be not hungry neither. Don't be clingy, but don't be too distant either. Don't be dumb, but don't be smart either. Guys don't like smart asses, Although dumb is kind of sexy, so suppose you can be dumb, as long as you at least admit it. Don't be clingy, but don't be too distant. Oh, and don't be a gold digger unless you're bringing your own shovel. That's a joke. Don't be a gold digger. The only gold you're gonna get is golden taco shells at the 99-cent Taco Bell menu. Number 4. The infamous nude pics. See, yous women is always hiding your hot bods under the clothes, drapes, or the shrubbery, or whatever. Except when you ain't. And that confuses a guy with all your confusing signals. 'Cause, face it, ladies, you was confusing. You was so confusing even other women don't understand yous. So anyway, when a guy sends you a pic of his naked bits, a lot of you seems to be acting like he pulled a gun on you or something. Like it's some kind of threat. But look, a guy has 2 reasons for sending you pics like that. 1, he's showing you the shopping catalog so you can see if there's anything that you want to try on. And 2, when guys send you pics of the netherworldly regions, it's basically a high five, except it's more sort of a low 1, Number 5. We want everything when we want it. This one is real simple. If a guy has a backache, he wants you to give him a massage. If he's hungry, he wants you to go in the kitchen and make him a sandwich or some other kind of delicious food. If a guy is bored, he wants you to entertain him. I mean, it's simple, right? Basically, it's like a no-brainer, except hopefully you got some brains. Basically, whatever it is that he's feeling like, you are there to provide that, and that's it. And he don't want no arguments or corrections, etc., etc., etc. Number 6. The truth you don't want to hear. We all know that the women's is right about everything, right? Wrong. But see, guys is smart. And they figured out a long time ago that it's easier to let the women's think that the women's right about the things they think they's right about, especially if it means that there will soon be peace and quiet. But you ladies, you need to realize that most of the time, when a man says that you is right, he's silently thinking to himself, thank God the yapping will be over now. So maybe if you want to impress the man, you shouldn't start yapping in the first place, you know? Number 7. Let the man feel like the strong, independent man he is. It should go without saying, but it don't, hence me saying it, that all these crazy women running around being all assertive and independent are just muddying the waters for everybody. Like women who's trying to be engineers, or, Scientologists, or, mechanics, or, professional wrestlers, or whatever. You see, ladies, that kind of thing is just making the men uncomfortable, because that's the man's roles, not the women's. So if you want to have yourself a strong man, you have to make sure that you is not being stronger than him. Have yourself a crying fit every now and then. Break down, over to your soaps, or, Aunt Margaret's peanut butter pie or something. Ask him to open the peanut butter jars, etc. I mean, nobody wants to date a woman who don't know her place, right? I think that's probably good there. We don't need a whole tent. Basically, just try not to be annoying, and try not to be crazy. Frankly, I can't understand you James in general. I try to put myself in your place, try to think like a broad. And it just makes me dizzy, Because, if men and women was reversed in the world, and the men was being treated like the women,